Hello, hello. Happy Father's Day to all the guys around the world. Like we say, jokingly, but realistically, without dads, none of us would be here. Just like without moms, none of us would be here. We need our parents. We need both of them. And I pray that as we go through today, you'd realize just how important they are. These guys, these dads, and also what to do, and may you have tools given to you. If you're a dad, embrace. If you and then also, of course, on the other side as well, prepare to cherish the memory if they're gone, and their presence if they're here, of your dad, and to celebrate them, whether you're estranged, whether you're or not. Fathers. Let's pray. Lord, thank you, our Heavenly Father, as we grapple with this subject in celebration. And I say grapple because what a difficult role, and especially particularly in juxtaposition to the perfect Father, you who is an amazing, the first Father, you, and Lord, help us to lean on you more, and help us to learn of you and from you concerning this really amazing concept, your concept, Father, in Jesus' name, amen. Okay, I write, and I usually actually like to talk about this little. It's a playful little monologue for every Father's Day. I actually, whether I'm preaching or not, I kind of go through this, and I wanted to just share it with you as we start here, and it just says men are just happier people. And here's the proof. Wedding plans take care of themselves. Right? If you're a man, you just think, when wedding, yeah, we're gonna be good. Your last name stays the same, right? Chocolate is just another snack for most of us guys. For the girls, not so much. It's good, but it does all this other. For us, hey, just another snack. You can never be pregnant. Oh yeah, after having 5 children, makes me feel good about being a man. I'm sorry. Selfishly, I can never be pregnant, right? Car mechanics, tell me the truth. Yeah. Here's another one. My wrinkles add character, and as I roll beyond 55 here, heading to 60, I can see 60 across the mountain. Yeah, I'm gonna get some wrinkles. For me, they're gonna add character. For girls, not too much. Wrinkles mean stretch. Stress. They mean I'm getting. For us, I'm a man of character now. I've got some wrinkles. Here's another one. One mood all the time. I'm just my counterparts, the ladies. Yeah, they got multiple moods in a month because of their makeup. Hey, here's another one. You can open all your own jars. Yeah. The same hairstyle lasts for years, maybe decades. I can attest to that. I used to wear braids, and now I wear Mr. Easy. Hey, while, especially when we're on the road, and we've been an extended, time on the road with girls or ladies. It's like, or even, they've got to, they're stressed about the hairstyles because we're having events and all this, and even just here at home with my wife and my daughter, it's like, Daddy, when an event is coming up, Daddy, the girls have to go do their hair. I'm like, why do they have to? Didn't you just do their hair? Didn't we? Well, you did it well, because I can't relate. I got one hairstyle all the time. Hey, you can choose whether to grow a mustache or not. Now, that's a bit unkind, but I say no more. You can do all your nails. You can do your nails. Here's a good one. You can do your nails with a pocket knife. Yeah. Daddy, nails. Where's the pocket knife? Here's the last one. I'll give you one more. You can do Christmas shopping for 25 relatives on December 24th in 25 minutes. Right? Yeah, those are men. Men, hey, because of those little reasons and 1,000 more, men should be happy. Manhood should be easy, right? But here's a fact, brothers and sisters. There's a crisis of manhood today. Media, television, culture is telling us men are either arrogant know-it-alls or they're completely ignorant, lazy, remote control hogging couch potatoes. I remember thinking that. I came to London and Chicago. My friends and I, Paul, Isaac, and myself, landed in Chicago, and we begin immersing ourselves because we had engagements, on the weekends. But during the week, we were watching television. It was just fascinating. There's so many channels. And when we lived in England, there was about 5 channels, at the time, 5 main channels. But here there was all these channels, and there was all these sitcoms. We were introduced to the sitcom. Oh yeah, from Bill Cosby to these sitcoms. And you know what I saw? That's what I saw. I'm like, these guys, they're mainly being portrayed as disconnected. They're forgetful. I mean, all the jokes were like, they fumble with words, they overreact, they overdrink, they drool over anything in their skirt. Oh yeah, because that's a man, and it was always funny. Men are useless dorks. That's what I saw. Friends, that's what culture seems to be telling men. But they don't need us. Is it any wonder that we're so confused? And friends, disconnected men, historical fact, disconnected men become disconnected fathers who produce disconnected generations. And some damning facts here. Brace for this. So men kind of got it. It looks like, and this, I'm going to give you some numbers. It looks like men think, okay, they don't need us too much, so we can make the babies, but we don't have to engage. We don't have to participate. We can just be daddies from a distance. We can be figureheads. We can be, I'm dad. Yeah. Here's what's happened. Millions of children now have gone without fathers now. Whether dad's in jail or dad's dad just had dads, and that's it. That had kids, and it was inconvenient. And of course now in some societies, I'm sorry to sound a little bit political, especially in the black culture, the black community, we have got government almost incentivizing fatherhood, where the single women feel like, hey, you know what, if you're with me and you don't make as much money, now I know we're not married, we just had this baby, but if you're in the home and we're not, you don't make money because you're kind of trying to figure your life out, maybe you've hit hard times, or maybe you're ex-felon or whatever, you got a criminal record of some kind, you can't get a good job. But the government has told me that if I am completely fatherless, if I'm a single mom, I can get this benefit. Do you mind stepping aside? Since you're confused, useless dork. Anyway, I can see you on the side. You can pop around, but I need to have the status of single mom. This is very simplistic, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't get triggered by those who are, I know some of you are like thinking you wanted to figure out my political leanings. I'm a conservative, like all Christians should be, because conservatism aligns with our values all the more. As far as it's been defined, conservatism, which is family and values, and so, yeah, I mind that lots of fathers, millions of fathers have stepped aside. And so the government here, or historically, I don't know whether presently, I don't know when you're listening to this, has almost incentivized, because this single woman gets a decent check from the government. If you can show that she's single, she's by herself, she can get enough money to actually live off of that and not need Tyrese, Mario to come around, or Jose to come around, or Smith to come around. And so we have a generation of kids growing up without dads. Fatherless children, you ready? They comprise 60% of all rapists. 72% of all teenage murderers. Those kids in juvie, I killed, I shot him. 72% of them have no daddies around. 70% of adolescents in juvenile correctional facilities. Actually, 7 out of 10 say, yeah, there's no dad. I don't know dad. 75% of all teenage suicide. This is 3 out of 4 of kids or teenagers who kill themselves. There's no daddy around. 80% of adolescents in psychiatric hospitals. Those kids were just like, I don't know, I'm hearing voices. I don't know. 8 out of 10 have no daddy around. Fatherless children consistently score lower in reading and math tests. They are 11 times more likely to exhibit violent behavior. 11 times. And here's one that's crazy. Kids without a dad actually experience more accidents. The ER. Most of the kids in the ER, they don't have daddies around. They have a higher, I'm not done, they have a higher rate of chronic illnesses like asthma. What is a young, 9-year-old or 12-year-old with asthma, most of them don't have dads around. What? Okay, they are twice as likely to drop out of school. Fatherless children. For girls, our baby girls, it's much worse. It's more, everything up there that I've just read is true for girls, even more. Fatherless girls are 164%, which is more than 4 times, more likely to become pregnant before marriage. More than twice. 100% means twice as likely than fatherless girls with fathers. Let's say 100 of them, 100 of them. If 100 girls a month become pregnant in a certain community, girls with dads, 100 of them, those without dads, okay, 200 over almost 300. Yeah, 164%. Yeah. More than double. They're more likely to become pregnant before marriage. Okay. And here's bad. This is what's bad. They're 900% more vulnerable to rape and sexual abuse. 9 times more. And 53% more likely to marry as teenagers. Here she is, she's 18, walking down the aisle. Most of them don't have dads. As I'm reading the stats, I'm getting depressed. As you can see, I'm just like, what we're going to do? What we're going to do? Do we need fathers? Haha. We absolutely do. Dads do. Do people do our children need you? Do our children need you? Absolutely they do. They absolutely they desperately do. The Hebrew word for father is the word ab. E-A-B. Abba. Ab. Meaning the one who gives strength to the family. In fact, ab also means source. Ab also means foundation. Fathers are not just this guy with a certain kind of muscle tone, those kind of bone structures. And it's guy with the ability to make babies. That's just no. Fatherhood is so much bigger. No. Of course, in looking around, being a foreigner, especially in America, coming from Africa, I'll tell you that fatherhood used to be much easier to figure out what father is. Fathers worked to provide, sometimes risking their lives, and that's how they earned respect from their families and society. Our value as dads used to be defined by our contribution. Dads provide, protect. Now, some of the feminists probably are saying, what? They need to do the dishes. They need to. Okay, yeah, they do that. They can do that. But their primary role of dad was protector, provider, protector, provider, protector, provider. He who covers the family. He who gives, protects, provides, makes sure there's food on the table. Those are the old-fashioned definition of ab, father. And he did that. He came home. He didn't have to do much else. He brought the deer home. In fact, here in my family, Ingrid, when I'm leaving for a big trip, she actually jokingly says, "Okay, bring a big one home." We all know what that means. You just go work hard, go work your tail off, Daddy, and bring a big deer for us to kill. And sometimes I jokingly come back after some trip or after locking myself in the office here all day. And I come out, I'm like, and she's like, "You carrying a big one, aren't you?" I said, "Yes, baby girl. It's a big one." It's all bloody and it's got to be kind of cleaned up. But we got food for a month now. We got, some people are like, especially the animal lovers. Sorry for using. Today, roles. What's father today? Looking at the news, because no, it's provider. No, the roles are blurry. Women provide too today. In fact, they seem to do well without male protection. In fact, most of the college graduates today are female in some demographics. In fact, the idea, I'm so sorry to tell you, the idea that women are all disadvantaged is more of a myth these days. They're advantaged. There are companies where I know couples personally who've run their companies as a couple, and they aren't getting any jobs anymore because they're equal partners, where they've had to say, "Baby girl, let's list you as the owner of this company so we can get some business," because female minority owned, particularly women owned companies are the ones being given bids by this corporation. And they've had to really legally transfer ownership to the woman, 49, 51, 49, so they can have work. This is happening, especially all over the Northern Hemisphere. They seem to be able to protect themselves. So the whole protector and protect, men protect, provide. Well, women are doing that too. So you wonder, this whole thing of fatherhood, what is father, and you wonder, therefore, how can we want to be what we don't know how to be. If you know about the male makeup is we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to look like we don't know what we're doing. And quite frankly, I am a good majority of dads actually leave and run away. I'm not saying they're right at all, because they just don't know what to do with this role. What am I? You make more money than me. You've got your own gun. You can protect yourself. You've got all the state-of-the-art alarm systems. And what am I here to? Am I here to just be made fun of? To feel inadequate? Because guys do. When you don't. However, we've contemporized the definition of father. At our core, a man wants to protect. A man wants to provide. A man wants to beat his chest. A man wants the woman to say, "Baby, thank you for protecting me. Thank you." There's places here, especially in Scandinavia. I've actually seen some of this. You go to an elevator, or you walking with a girl, old lady, get up to you flag down a cab, and you want to open for them, and they look at you like, I can do that for myself. And the guy's like, "Oh, I guess so." We go out to a restaurant. You take your girlfriend out to a restaurant. You're trying to, or maybe not before their girlfriend, a date out to a restaurant, and the bill comes, and she's the first to say, or the waiter comes, and she's the first to say, "Split the check, please. Give me mine, please. Give me mine." And the guy's like, I don't make, so like, I want to show you how much money I make, but it'd give me so much pleasure if I covered that tab. Sometimes we're on the road, and because we've got some single women who are used to just doing life by themselves, sometimes, in fact, I've had to train in a way, or reintroduce the idea of chivalry to some of our team members. It's like, no, don't carry that suitcase. I'm okay. I can do it. Well, yeah, we know you can. Of course, you're a single girl, but sorry. Or you're single. Yeah, you live by yourself. We know you can take care of yourself. But there's men with muscles here who are joking right there. They're cracking up over there. You ladies, you're done. You go to the lobby. This man will unload the van, or this man will take this. They will carry this onto the check-in luggage scale, or let the men be the men. But oh no, in some cultures, in fact, increasingly, women feel insulted that men are jumping in, helping, protecting. It's like, what? I think I can't take care of myself? I didn't say that. It's just this innate nature in the man that just like, can I help that? Can I beat? Will you allow me to beat my chest a little bit? How do we provide function to Ab? How do we provide function? What's our role? Can we go to the scriptures? The old King David, successful. He's done so much. He's made mistakes, is good. He makes his statement, 2 Kings 2, verse 1. As the time of King David's death approached, he gave this charge to his son Solomon. Now, is, a 70-year-old King David has made 1,000 mistakes. He's got lots of scars to show for his mistakes. He's also enjoyed 1,000 conquests. He is to go down as Israel's greatest king. Yet old David finds himself declining. He must have a sober, somber, uncomfortable conversation with his apparent heir. And so he makes a statement, I am going where everyone on earth must someday go. Yeah. which basically saying life is temporary, son. We all come to dust. Death is no respecter of persons. Old death will visit the palace of the king as well as the cottage of the peasant. Old, young, black, white, doesn't matter. I must go where everyone on earth must go someday. And then he makes a powerful statement. Old David, he says, take courage and be a man. Tells old Solomon, little Solomon, say, hey, son, you got to take courage and be a man. He must, old David must be, remembering the lions and the bears that came to devour his sheep, and how he had to have courage as a kid. You're out there with he was introduced to the concept of courage when he was a kid, in charge. He was a young shepherd boy. Now, that might sound like, daddy kind of gave him a little too scrawny sheep, and no. He was in charge of the family assets, the family wealth. A shepherd, caretaking shepherd. And do you know that sometimes little David would have to take sheep like miles, days, 2-3 days out, away from daddy. He had to be courageous. Without courage, he'd be dead. He's probably remembering old Goliath, the bully. Whoa. I studied about that a few weeks ago. Without courage, he'd still be a shepherd. Without courage, King David would still be a shepherd. Basically saying, son, manhood demands courage, not merely the courage to punch someone's lights out, because sometimes, without clear definitions, people think, some of our young men without dads showing them what fatherhood is. They think fatherhood is showing them what I can do, showing them that I can punch them out. Manhood isn't just ziplining and bungee jumping and skydiving and aggression. It's more than that. David had to have the courage. Fatherhood, friends, ladies and gentlemen, takes courage. Courage, walking away. Three faces of courage. Number one, courage to walk away from your past. Yeah, but what if I failed? What if I had that baby, we weren't really married, and well, you know what? You better find your boy. You better find your boy. You better find your daughter. Your daughter needs you. Find her. Number two, courage to walk away from himself, from yourself. Yeah, if social media is a problem for you, just shut it down. Courage. If you're drinking too much alcohol, some of you just shouldn't even touch it. You have proclivities to alcoholism and you're playing with it. You're done. Do you have the courage to walk away from that? The courage to walk away from rage and when you get triggered, you punch the walls. Well, sorry, courage to walk away, to not give yourself that courage to stop eating that much. Your favorite couch with your favorite Coke. Your favorite pizza being delivered every night. The courage to walk away from yourself. Number three, the courage to walk away from your fears. Friends, true fathers are courageous men. In verse 3, he says, observe the requirements of the Lord your God. This is what he's telling his son. I'm about to go, but here, verse 3, I want you to observe the requirements of the Lord your God and follow all his ways. Keep the decrees and commands, regulations, and the laws written in the law of Moses. What, son? Put God in his place. God should be number one. Not your job, not your car, friends, fathers, dads. It's not that job, not that promotion, not that car, not that wife. That's kind of, wait, what are you talking about? No. Your wife shouldn't be number one. God should. Not your house, not your kids, not even your kids. I'm talking about fatherhood. Yeah, well, my kids are my life. Better not. God should be your life so you can father them effectively. Not your wants or desires, not even yourself. God must be the compass of your life. It must be your compass, your passion. This will dictate your values, your desires. And if you do that, and he makes this powerful statement, so that you will be successful in all you do and wherever you go. Boom. I said, giving him a key to success. Be courageous, be a man, and put God first. Yeah. Father. As I close, I'm going to tell you the story. The story touched me when I first read it, There's Mother's Day was a few weeks ago, right? Remember last month was Mother's Day? So in commemoration of Mother's Day, this greeting card company decides, hey, you know what, we're gonna go to this prison, this large prison, and we're going to offer free cards for to your mother, to all the inmates. You just line up, give us your name, we'll send your mommy a free card. This is a few weeks before Mother's Day. And they didn't have enough cards to give away. All the inmates line up, I'm send something to my mama, send something to my mama. So as Father's Day comes up, the greeting card company says, that was really successful. Let's do that for Father's Day. Let's do it for Father's Day. So they said, we've got to bring more cards because we run out the other day. We won't do that. So giving the inmates cards, sign for you. We'll send your card to your mama. So we're going to do that for Father's Day. Yeah. So, they lines up, long lines, and they're thinking long lines are going to catch up. So they bring extra cards, they bring extra workers, because this last time we got really overwhelmed. Do you know, not even one inmate came to send a free card to their daddy because daddies weren't there. Daddies had broken them. Daddies had abandoned them. They want to talk to their dads. 100%. Zero response. Shocking, isn't it? Maybe not. It's a crisis of fatherhood, as I said. Fatherhood. Ab. Ab, the one who gives strength to the family. I want to describe that. That's what father means. Doesn't say the one who's perfect. The one who makes a lot of money. The one who makes more money. The one who takes us on vacations. The one who's fun. That was a big one. That's a big one. In these days, fathers are like, I'm not fine. I don't know what to do with her, so I don't visit anymore. She's your daughter. She just needs you to be there. Guys, I've experienced this firsthand. Be working so hard. Sometimes you think, my goodness, I've got 4 boys. Can we just hang out, watch a very funny satire here? We watch these football clips, or soccer. Let's just watch the top goals scored in, top most spectacular, and we just laugh and we just mesmerize ourselves for 30 days. And they said, Dad, you're cool. I'm thinking, I didn't do anything, especially being this African in America. There's this caricature of Dad. He throws balls, he plays catch with his boy every evening. That's the quintessential dad. He's always there. He teaches his kids how to tie their shoelaces and just wrestles with them every night and reads books with them every night. Now I've done quite a bit of all of that, but there's been moments and seasons where we're on the road and we're moving and I have to work. We're a single income family, and so daddy's gone. And sometimes as you're flying and traveling, I tend to feel like, man, am I okay? And Father's Day comes about, and we have our dining table is a round table, and they say, oh, my birthday comes and say, Dad, we have in our family, we have this, there are three things I love about, we do this as a family. Each birthday, we all pile on affirmations to the one who's having the birthday, and we say, Adam, here's three things. Oh, Adam's three things. We have cake, and then we go around the table and we talk about the three things. So sometimes I get a bit nervous when it's my birthday. Do they have things to say about me? I'm gone a lot. I'm on the call, on the phone a lot. No, they do. Daddy, we love you for. Dad, we thank you for. Dad, you're the things I love about Dad. He's this and he's this and he provides and he's good. He gives me. He affirms me. They can't be superficial. So that's the little rule. And then Father's Day comes up and they've got things to say. I guess I'm doing okay. Doing okay because I'm trusting this undefined role that keeps changing the 21st century, confining it to Jesus to help me father these boys and this girl. And I've been honored to have what I call spiritual children, and they're all over the world. There's about 80 of them, and they're artists and very successful people and lawyers and then superstars and all this, and then they're also very ordinary people. They're just storekeepers and just people from 14, 15 countries. An honor for me, and wow, that's me. They call me Papa. They call me Dad. Wow, an honor. These are my adopted spiritual family, spiritual sons and daughters, engrafted, into the spiritual family. All honor. Fathers, I want to encourage you. It's not easy. There's no blueprint. But Solomon's last admonition, I got to read it to you. Observe the requirements of the Lord your God and follow all his ways. Keep the decrees, commands, regulations, and laws written in the law of Moses. For us, we have Jesus, friends. And so can we go to him right now? And some of this message it causes guilt for those of you who don't talk to them anymore. You don't talk to her. He disrespected me. Well. I tell you. Also dads, I speak to them. They're 88, they're about to die, and they regret 40 years of not talking. Sometimes they say, I don't even know what he did, but he disrespected me. I say, sir, but how? I don't know. And you see tears wanting to come down. They're fighting tears because it's not been worth it. It's not worth it. There's no fight that's worth it. There's no fight's worth it. Please. Jesus, thank you for the courage. My brothers and sisters, my brothers out there, Father, help us, you, Abba, the perfect Father, Abba, Father, help us, Father. And Lord, those who need to circle back and say sorry and re-engage in love again, I pray, Father, please bless them. Give them the courage to step up, be a man, and be a dad. In Jesus' name, amen. Ooh, excellent. Not my presentation, but excellent invitation from the Holy Ghost to Father. And those of you, some of you may need to help your dad out. Help your dad who maybe you need to call them and just say, hey, maybe they're calling you. Maybe they're trying. In fact, I feel that. I feel that right now. Millions of you, some of you, and there's a particular young man out there. You've really struggled. And you're about to get married, and you know you need your daddy. Please find him. You call him back. Yeah, but you don't know he left us and he left us for another woman. It's time to perhaps forgive him. Can you forgive him? Because he's trying. He's desperate. He's very ill right now. So you know who you are. You can write if you wish, but just do this, please. This message is for you. Reach out to your dad and help make a difference for your children. Your children are going to need him. Need you to be a healthy dad. And healing is in that man's hands right now. Well, love you so much. And that was June, wasn't it? So allow me, please, to say on behalf of myself, my family, our ministry, our church, Ekklesia, our family around the world, to all the dads, happy Father's Day. Goodbye.
I know it's a Father's Day word, but I believe that every single one of us will be able to take away something from that. And even if not specific lesson, maybe just an appreciation, a courageous father, just a reminder that it takes courage to do what they do. And let's take a time to appreciate those fathers that are present, that take the time to be courageous and be there for their families. So before we go, I just want to greet all those dads and fathers one more time a happy Father's Day. If you want to know more about Ekklesia or want to watch our previous messages, the best place to go is sempebwa.com/Ekklesia. There you'll learn all you need to learn about the ministry as well as watch previous messages. Thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. We hope to see you again next week.